Hello, coin collectors and history enthusiasts. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most interesting pieces of American numismatic history. Top 10. First up, the 1946 Wheat Penny. Whether you're a beginner just starting your collection or a seasoned collector hunting for rare finds, this penny has a fascinating story to tell. Before we get into the details of the 1946 penny specifically, let's take a step back and understand what makes wheat pennies so iconic. Officially known as the Lincoln Wheat Cent, these pennies were minted from 1909 to 1958. The reverse side of the coin features two stalks of wheat flanking the words 1 cent and United States of America, hence the name Wheat Penny. These coins were designed by Victor David Brenner, and they were introduced to honor Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. The design symbolized not only Lincoln's legacy but also the agricultural strength of the United States during that era. Over the decades, these pennies became more than just currency, they became a piece of history. Segment 2, 1946 Wheat Penny History. Now let's focus on the star of today's video, the 1946 Wheat Penny. The year 1946 was just after the end of World War II, a time when the United States was transitioning back to a peacetime economy. Coins minted during this period were mostly made of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, returning to pre-war standards after wartime zinc-coated steel cents in 1943. The D mint mark indicates that this penny was minted in Denver, Colorado, one of the three main mints producing coins in the United States at that time: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Denver mint pennies were generally produced in lower quantities than Philadelphia, making the 1946 D slightly more collectible in certain conditions. In 1946, the Denver Mint produced 78,964,000 wheat pennies, which is relatively low compared to other years. While this may seem like a huge number, collectors know that surviving pennies in pristine condition from that era are rare. Most of these coins circulated heavily, and many have wear and tear. This is why condition plays a huge role in determining the value today. Here are some important details to look for if you're examining a 1946 penny. Obverse front features Abraham Lincoln's bust facing right with the inscriptions "In God We Trust" above, "Liberty" to the left, and the year 1946 to the right. Mint mark: a small d is located below the date, indicating the Denver Mint. Reverse back: the two wheat ears flanking the denomination with 1 cent and United States of America, plus the motto EPLURIBUS UNUM above. Collectors pay attention to fine details like the sharpness of the wheat stalks, the clarity of Lincoln's features, and any minting errors or double dies, as these can dramatically increase a penny's value. So, how much is a 1946 wheat penny worth today? Well, the value depends heavily on its condition and rarity. Circulated condition: good to very fine. Most 1946 pennies that show signs of wear typically sell for 10 to 50 cents. Uncirculated condition: MS60 to MS65. Coins in pristine condition with full luster and minimal marks can fetch $5 to $50 or more. Rare variants or errors: if you have a coin with unique characteristics, such as a double die, repunched mint mark, or die cracks, values can jump to hundreds of dollars. It's important to note that grading is a huge factor in pricing. A certified MS65 1946 wheat penny by pcgs or NGC can easily exceed $50 on the collector market. If you're hoping to add a 1946 wheat penny to your collection, here are a few tips. Examine circulation. Look for pennies with minimal wear. The sharper the details, the higher the value. Check mint mark. Ensure the D is present and properly aligned. Sometimes mint marks can be faint or off-center. Look for errors. Die errors, double dies, and repunched mint marks are highly sought after. Professional grading. Consider submitting valuable coins to certified grading services to maximize value. Storage. Keep your coins in protective holders to preserve their condition and prevent tarnishing. The 1946 wheat penny is more than just a small copper coin, it's a tangible piece of post-war American history. Whether you're a casual collector searching through old change or a serious numismatist hunting for high-grade specimens, this penny offers both historical significance and potential value. So the next time you come across a copper penny, take a closer look. you might just have a piece of history in your hand. Next up today, we're diving deep into one of the most iconic and sought-after coins in American numismatics, the 1945 Lincoln Wheat Penny, specifically the version with no mint mark. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting your journey in coin collecting, this coin holds a unique place in history and can be a valuable addition to your collection. In this video, we'll cover its history, design details, rarity, and current market value, so make sure you stay tuned till the end. The 1945 Lincoln Wheat Penny was minted during the final year of World War II, a time of great historical significance for the United States and the world. The penny features the classic Lincoln wheat design, which had been in circulation since 1909, celebrating Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. The obverse of the coin displays the familiar portrait of Lincoln facing right, designed by Victor David Brenner, while the reverse shows the iconic wheat ears flanking the words 1 cent and United States of America, a symbol of prosperity and growth. Interestingly, 1945 is also notable because it marked a transition period for the U.S. Mint. The war effort had impacted coin production, and certain metals were in short supply. However, the Philadelphia Mint, which produced the 1945 pennies without a mint mark, continued to strike millions of coins using the standard copper alloy composition of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. These coins were widely circulated and played a crucial role in everyday commerce during a pivotal time in history. Let's take a closer look at the coin itself. The 1945 wheat penny has a diameter of 19.05 and a weight of 3.11 grams, standard for Lincoln cents of the era. The obverse features a finely detailed portrait of Abraham Lincoln with the inscriptions "In God We Trust" above, "Liberty" to the left, and the date 1945 to the right. On the reverse, the two wheat ears frame the inscriptions in a way that has become a beloved hallmark for collectors. The coin has a classic warm copper tone that can develop attractive patina over time, adding to its charm and collector appeal. The 1945 Lincoln Wheat Penny without a mint mark was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which produced a staggering 1,602,000,000 coins that year. While this may seem like a huge number, making the coin not particularly rare, the condition of the coin is crucial in determining its value. Most circulated examples are relatively common, but coins in mint condition or uncirculated grades can be highly desirable for collectors. Additionally, coins with full detail, sharp wheat ears, and no scratches or corrosion can fetch a premium in the market. Now let's talk about value. The worth of a 1945 Lincoln Wheat Penny no mint mark largely depends on its condition or grade. Circulated coins in average condition typically sell for around 10 to 50 cents, making them accessible to most collectors. However, coins graded MS60 to MS65 mint state can command significantly higher prices, often ranging from $3 to $50 or more, depending on their eye appeal and preservation. Exceptional coins, especially those with rare die variations or errors, can reach even higher prices, sometimes hundreds of dollars among serious collectors. It's also important to note that while the coin is widely available in circulation, well-preserved examples are becoming rarer, making it an essential coin for Lincoln wheat collectors or anyone building a complete set. Investing in certified coins from reputable grading services such as PCGs or NGC can ensure authenticity and potentially increase the coin's resale value. If you're searching for a 1945 wheat penny without a mint mark, here are a few tips. Check circulation coins carefully. Even a slightly better condition coin can be much more valuable than a heavily worn one. Look for full wheat details. Coins where the wheat ears are fully visible and not worn down are particularly sought after. Consider grading services. Professional grading can increase the coin's credibility and market value. Watch for errors. Some 1945 pennies may have minting anomalies that can dramatically increase their worth. Conclusion. In summary, the 1945 Lincoln Wheat Penny without a mint mark is a fascinating piece of American history, combining the legacy of Abraham Lincoln with a glimpse into the United States during a pivotal year of World War II. While many examples are accessible to collectors, coins in excellent condition remain highly prized and can be a valuable addition to any collection. Whether you find one in your pocket change or acquire it from a reputable dealer, the 1945 Wheat Penny is a timeless reminder of history and a symbol of enduring value. Next up today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of 1940 wheat pennies, specifically the ones without a mint mark. If you've ever wondered about their history, rarity, and how much they're worth today, you're in the right place. So grab your magnifying glass and let's explore these classic pieces of American coinage. The year 1940 marked a significant period in U.S. coinage history. The country was on the brink of entering World War II, and the economy was slowly recovering from the Great Depression. Amidst this backdrop, the Lincoln wheat cent, designed by Victor David Brenner, continued to circulate widely. The Lincoln cent had been in production since 1909, and its reverse featured the now famous wheat ears, which gave it the nickname Wheat Penny. By 1940, the penny was still struck in bronze composition, consisting of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. Pennies without any mint mark were produced at the Philadelphia Mint, the original home of the Lincoln cent. These coins did not carry a mint mark, unlike those from Denver D or San Francisco S. Let's take a closer look at the design. On the obverse, you'll find Abraham Lincoln's profile facing right with the inscriptions "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the year 1940. The reverse showcases two stylized wheat ears flanking the inscriptions "1 cent" and "United States of America," with the motto "EPLURIBUS Unum" at the top. Collectors often pay attention to details like the sharpness of the wheat stalks, the definition of Lincoln's cheek and jawline, and the overall strike quality. Coins that have retained their original mint luster or show minimal wear can command a premium today. The 1940 Philadelphia wheat penny had an impressive mintage of over 131 million coins, making it relatively common compared to other dates in the series. However, rarity is not just about mintage, it's also about condition and grading. Coins that are uncirculated or have high-grade MS mint state quality are much more valuable than those heavily worn in circulation. Variations like die cracks or minor errors can also increase a coin's value to collectors. Now let's talk numbers. For a 1940 Philadelphia wheat penny in average circulated condition, you might expect a value of around 20 to 50 cents. However, as the condition improves, so does the price. Fine F12 to very fine VF20, $0, $50 1. Extremely fine EF40, $1 2. About uncirculated AU50, $2 4. Mint state MS60 to MS65, $5.50 plus. Rare variations such as doubled die obverses or off-center strikes can fetch even higher prices, sometimes reaching hundreds of dollars at auctions. It's important to note that the condition, luster, and eye appeal are key. Two coins from the same year can have drastically different values depending on these factors. For collectors looking to add a 1940 Philadelphia wheat penny to their collection, here are a few tips. Check for where even small scratches or worn areas reduce value. Look for full wheat ears. Coins where the details of both wheat stalks are intact are highly desirable. Verify authenticity. Be cautious of cleaned or artificially enhanced coins. Cleaning can drastically reduce value. Grade carefully. If you're serious, consider professional grading through services like pcgs or NGC. In summary, the 1940 wheat penny without a mint mark is a piece of American history, bridging the gap between the Great Depression and World War II. While widely available, high-quality examples remain highly sought after by collectors. Whether you find one in your pocket change or purchase from a coin shop, understanding its history and value can make this small copper coin a real treasure. So next time you come across a 1940 Lincoln wheat penny, take a closer look. You might just be holding a little piece of history that's worth more than you think. Next up, the 1952 D wheat penny, minted at the Denver Mint, stands as one of the later rare examples from the beloved Lincoln wheat cent series, a design that shaped American coinage for nearly half a century. Produced during a period of post-war recovery and strong economic growth, the 1952 D penny reflects the United States' transition into a modern era marked by industrial expansion, improved minting technology, and a renewed national confidence. Although modest in appearance, this 1-cent coin represents the pride of American craftsmanship and the spirit of everyday commerce in the early 1950s, circulating widely among workers, families, and schoolchildren across the country. Historically, the coin traces its roots back to 1909, when the wheat cent series was introduced to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. By 1952, the design had already become iconic, distinguished by Victor David Brenner's portrait of Lincoln on the obverse and symbolic wheat stalks on the reverse, representing American agriculture and strength. The 1952 D issue belongs to the later phase of this long-running design, just 7 years before it would be replaced by the Lincoln Memorial Cent in 1959. This places the coin at a fascinating time in numismatic history, when the wheat cent was nearing the end of its classic run, yet still very much embedded in the everyday lives of Americans. The Denver Mint, marked by the small d mint mark below the date, played a crucial role in producing circulating coinage for the western and central United States. In 1952, it struck over 746 million wheat cents, a very large mintage that ensured the coin would be abundant in circulation. Despite its high numbers, the coin still retains significant collector interest today due to its age, copper composition, and strong connection to a beloved American coin series. The Denver Mint was known for its efficient production, and the 1952 D penny is often recognized for having relatively strong strikes compared to other mint facilities of the era. In terms of physical characteristics, the 1952 D wheat penny continues the classic specifications of the Lincoln Cent series, a 95% copper composition with 5% tin and zinc, giving it a warm reddish-brown appearance when freshly minted. Over decades of circulation, these coins typically darkened into deep brown tones, though some exceptionally preserved pieces still retain their original mint luster. The obverse features Lincoln's profile accompanied by the inscriptions "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date with the D mint mark. The reverse displays two bold wheat stalks curving upward along the edges, framing the inscriptions 1 cent, United States of America, and EPLURIBUS UNUM. Although the 1952 D penny is not considered rare in circulated grades, it becomes significantly more interesting in higher levels of preservation. Coins in mint state grades, especially those with strong original red color, denoted as MS65RD, MS66RD, etc., command higher prices because red copper is extremely reactive and difficult to preserve over 70+ years. Such coins were usually saved in rolls, bags, or collections shortly after minting. Today, fully red gems from 1952 D are prized by collectors who specialize in high-end wheat cents. From a market value perspective, circulated examples of the 1952 D penny are generally affordable and accessible, making them ideal for beginning collectors. Values typically range from a few cents up to a couple of dollars depending on grade. However, uncirculated red specimens can be much more valuable, with prices increasing sharply as the grading scale rises. Top-graded examples certified by professional grading services may sell for hundreds of dollars, especially those displaying exceptional color, clean surfaces, and sharp details. Errors and varieties such as off-center strikes, die cracks, and repunched mint marks (RPMs) can further elevate value. Collectors also appreciate the 1952 D wheat penny for its connection to an important period in American history. The early 1950s were marked by the end of World War II, the beginning of the Cold War, innovations in science and manufacturing, and a booming post-war economy. The penny circulated through households during the rise of television, suburban expansion, and the cultural beginnings of modern America. Holding a 1952 D penny today is like holding a small piece of that transformative era, making it not only a collectible coin but also a tangible reminder of the nation's evolving story. The aesthetic qualities of the Wheat Penny series add further charm. The warm copper tones, the bold simplicity of the wheat ears, and the historic portrait of Lincoln all combine to create one of the most recognizable and beloved coins in United States history. Many collectors begin their numismatic journey with wheat pennies because they blend affordability, beauty, and historical storytelling in a way few other coins can match. The 1952 D issue, widely available yet historically rich, fits perfectly into that tradition. Additionally, the 1952 D penny serves as a popular piece for those assembling full date and mint mark wheat cent collections. Its availability makes it a cornerstone coin for completing sets from the 1950s, while high-grade examples offer serious collectors' opportunities for investment and competition in registry sets. The combination of accessibility and premium potential gives this coin a strong presence in the hobby. Ultimately, the 1952 D Lincoln Wheat Penny is more than just a small copper coin. It is a symbol of American heritage, artistry, and economic history. Whether discovered in an old jar, inherited from a family collection, or chosen for a specialized numismatic set, the coin carries with it a story of mid-century America and the enduring legacy of the wheat cent design. Its abundant mintage ensures that it remains within reach for new collectors, while its beauty and historical significance keep it firmly rooted in the hearts of seasoned numismatists. In every way, the 1952 D penny stands as a meaningful and nostalgic piece of American coinage history. Next up, the 1945 D Wheat Penny is one of the classic coins in the long-running Lincoln Wheat Cent series, a series of 1-cent coins minted in the United States from 1909 to 1958. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this series was the first time that a U.S. President, Abraham Lincoln, was featured on circulating coinage. The obverse front of the coin bears Lincoln's profile facing right, with the words "In God We Trust" above, "Liberty" to the left, and the date with a D mint mark to the right, indicating that the coin was struck at the Denver Mint. The reverse back features two stylized wheat stalks, symbolizing prosperity and agricultural bounty, along with the inscriptions "United States of America, 1 cent, and "E pluribus unum," Latin for "out of many, one." This wheat design remained in use on pennies for nearly half a century until it was replaced in 1959. U.S. coins value. The D mint mark is small but significant. It tells collectors and dealers that this particular 1945 penny was minted in Denver, Colorado. In 1945, the United States was emerging from World War II, and the economy was in the process of reconversion from wartime production back toward peacetime. The Denver Mint struck approximately 266,268,000 of these coins that year, making the 1945 D Wheat Cent less common than its Philadelphia counterpart, but still a widespread and regularly encountered date among collectors. Coin trackers. From a compositional standpoint, the 1945 D Wheat Penny is made of the standard pre-1959 bronze alloy, approximately 95% copper with the balance composed of tin and zinc. It weighs about 3.11 grams and measures around 19 millimeters in diameter. After the unusual steel pennies of 1943, struck to conserve copper for war production, 1944 and 1945 coins returned to this bronze composition. Interestingly, some Lincoln Wheat Pennies from 1944 and 1945 were struck on planchets left over from wartime production and can show slight variations. These variants are of particular interest to advanced collectors. Coin trackers. When assessing the value of a 1945 D Wheat Penny, condition or grade is absolutely critical. Most 1945 D pennies found in circulation today are in circulated condition, showing wear from everyday use. In these common grades, the coin's value typically ranges from just a few cents to a few tens of cents above its 1-cent face value. For example, many circulated 1945 D examples are worth roughly $0.05 depending on how worn they are. Coin trackers +1. However, in uncirculated condition, the story changes significantly. Coins that escaped circulation and show full detail, original mint luster, and minimal handling marks are graded as mint state MS by professional grading services. In mint state, values increase rapidly. Common MS60 to MS63 examples might be worth a few dollars, while coins in exceptionally high grades, especially with a bright red RD color indicating original untouched surfaces, can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Some top-grade 1945 D red wheat pennies have sold at auction for over $14,000, particularly those graded MS68 RD, which is extremely rare. U.S. coins value +1. There are also error varieties and unusual pieces that can command a premium. Errors such as clip planchets, broad strikes, off-center strikes, and major die breaks can sometimes boost the value into the tens or even hundreds of dollars, depending on severity and market demand. While these errors are uncommon, they're highly sought after by niche collectors because they offer something visually and historically distinctive compared with standard examples. Coin trackers. When evaluating a specific coin, collectors also pay attention to color and surface characteristics. Wheat pennies are often described as RD red, RB red brown, or BN brown. Red coins, which retain much of the original bright copper tone, are generally more desirable than those that have fully oxidized to brown. Combined with a high technical grade, a vibrant red 1945 D penny can attract significant interest at auction or in private sales. Lincoln Wheat Penny. It's important to note that most 1945 D wheat pennies you'll find in pocket change are common and not especially valuable beyond a few cents, unless they are in exceptional condition or have a recognized error. Many collectors and dealers alike encourage people to hold onto particularly attractive or unusual specimens. And if you believe you've found a premium coin, consider getting it professionally graded by services such as pcgs or NGC to maximize potential value and accurately document condition. Next up today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of 1954 wheat pennies, specifically the ones without a mint mark. These 1-cent coins, officially known as Lincoln cents, are part of the iconic Wheat Penny series minted from 1909 to 1958. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, this video will give you a complete understanding of their history, design, variations, and current market value. The year 1954 marked a period of stability in the United States mint operations. The Lincoln Wheat Penny, designed by Victor David Brenner, had been in circulation for over 4 decades, and its classic design remained a favorite among Americans. The obverse features a striking portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, symbolizing freedom and democracy, while the reverse displays the wheat ears, representing agricultural prosperity in the United States. The 1954 wheat penny without a mint mark was minted in Philadelphia, which is why it carries no mint mark at all. Philadelphia coins are often the most common in the series, making this coin an accessible piece for new collectors while still holding historical significance. Let's talk design. On the obverse you'll find Lincoln's bust facing right with the words "In God We Trust" above his head, "Liberty" to the left, and the year 1954 to the right. The reverse proudly displays 2 wheat stalks along the edges, framing the words 1 cent and United States of America. Above the denomination is the phrase EPLURIBUSUNUM. This simple yet elegant design has remained timeless, making it one of the most recognizable coins in American numismatics. The coin is made of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, giving it a reddish-brown appearance when freshly minted. Over time, the coin may naturally develop a patina, which is highly sought after by collectors for its aesthetic appeal. In 1954, the Philadelphia Mint produced approximately 618 million wheat pennies. This high mintage makes the 1954 no-mint mark penny relatively common, but don't underestimate it. Its value can vary significantly depending on its condition and rarity of specific die variations. Unlike Denver or San Francisco coins, which carry D and S mint marks respectively, Philadelphia coins are identified by the absence of a mint mark. Now let's get to the part you're probably most curious about. How much is a 1954 wheat penny without a mint mark worth today? The value of these coins is highly dependent on condition, from circulated to uncirculated grades. Circulated coins, most 1954 pennies you find in your pocket change or rolls are circulated, with signs of wear. These coins typically range in value from 5 cents to 25 cents, making them affordable additions to any collection. Uncirculated coins, MS-60, MS-65, coins in mint state showing no wear can fetch anywhere from $1 to $10. Coins with higher grades such as MS-65 are particularly desirable due to their pristine condition. Special varieties and errors. Some 1954 pennies have minor die variations such as doubled dies or repunched mint marks, though rare for Philadelphia coins. These errors can increase a coin's value significantly, sometimes reaching $50 to $200 or more depending on rarity and collector demand. If you're hunting for 1954 wheat pennies, check rolls and bags of pennies from the 1950s, you never know what you might find. Look for high-grade coins with minimal scratches, clear details, and sharp wheat stalks. Consider error coins or unusual tunning, which can dramatically increase value. Use proper coin storage to prevent damage and preserve the original luster. The 1954 wheat penny without a mint mark is more than just a small piece of copper. It's a slice of American history. From Abraham Lincoln's enduring legacy to its timeless design and collectible value, this penny represents both historical significance and numismatic potential. Whether you're collecting for fun or investment, adding a 1954 Philadelphia wheat penny to your collection is always a wise choice. Next up, the 1957 D wheat penny, struck at the Denver Mint, represents one of the final chapters in the long and iconic run of the Lincoln Wheat Cent series, a design that had circulated in American pockets since 1909. By the time this particular coin was minted, the wheat penny had already become a familiar symbol of American life, cherished for its simplicity and everyday usefulness, while also reflecting nearly half a century of national economic changes. The year 1957 sits near the end of the wheat reverse era, which would be replaced only 2 years later in 1959 with the Lincoln Memorial design. Because of this, the 1957 D issue embodies a blend of nostalgia and transition, linking the earlier decades of American coinage with the modern era that would follow. Historically, the 1950s were a period of renewed American growth, and the nation was booming economically after the challenges of World War II and the Korean War. Consumer spending was rising, new industries were emerging and the United States was becoming a global superpower. The Denver Mint, known for its high-volume production, played a major role in meeting the rapidly increasing demand for circulating coins. This environment explains why the 1957 Wheat Penny was produced in massive quantities, serving the expanding American economy and keeping pace with the growing population and commercial activity. Even while millions of Americans handled these cents every day, the coins also subtly carried forward the long-standing tradition of honoring Abraham Lincoln, symbolizing unity and national pride. On the obverse, the 1957 Wheat Penny features the classic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. The portrait had remained virtually unchanged since 1909, and its elegant simplicity allowed it to transcend generations. Lincoln's portrait represented not only his historical significance, but also America's reverence for freedom, justice, and leadership. Above his bust appears the motto, "In God We Trust," a phrase that had become increasingly meaningful in the context of the Cold War. To the left of the bust stands the bold word liberty, and to the right is the date 1957, accompanied by the D mint mark, identifying Denver as the birthplace of the coin. The reverse of the 1957 penny showcases the beloved wheat ear design, another Brenner creation. Two perfectly curved wheat stalks frame the words 1 cent and United States of America, acknowledging agriculture as one of the driving forces behind the nation's development. This imagery was more than decorative. It symbolized growth, nourishment, and the deep agricultural roots that supported early American society. The motto, EPLURIBUS sits above the design, expressing the unity of the United States during a time when international tensions made national cohesion more important than ever. This classic reverse, simple yet powerful, had become deeply ingrained in American culture by the late 1950s. The mintage of the 1957 Wheat Penny was extraordinarily high, with over 1 billion coins struck, making it one of the most abundant wheat pennies ever produced. This massive production ensured that the coin would circulate widely across the country, appearing in countless transactions, from grocery stores to gas stations to school cafeterias. As a result, most surviving examples are common, especially in worn condition. However, despite its overall high mintage, the coin still remains significant to collectors because it represents the end of an era. Collectors often find charm in the coins minted during the final years before the historic wheat design was discontinued. In terms of rarity, the 1957 penny is generally considered a regular issue coin with no major scarce varieties. But what does attract collector interest are the high-grade mint state examples, especially those with bright red RD luster. These well-preserved coins are often taken from original bankrupt rolls or old coin hoards that managed to survive for decades without exposure to air or circulation. Such specimens can be surprisingly beautiful, showcasing sharp details in Lincoln's portrait and crisp definition in the wheat stalks on the reverse. The challenge for collectors is not finding a 1957 penny, but finding one with exceptional eye appeal, minimal marks, and bold original color. From a market standpoint, circulated 1957 wheat pennies hold modest monetary value due to their abundance, but their historical and sentimental worth is far more than their face value. Uncirculated and red gem examples, on the other hand, can command significantly higher prices among collectors because of their rarity in pristine condition. The demand for high-grade wheat pennies continues to rise as more collectors focus on building complete daytime mintmark sets featuring the final years of the Lincoln Wheat series. For many collectors, owning a stunning 1957 coin is an opportunity to capture the beauty of a once common cent in its finest preserved form. Another fascinating aspect of the 1957 wheat penny is its role in storytelling. People who grew up in the 1950s often remember finding wheat pennies in their pocket change, which is why this coin inspires nostalgia and fond memories. Today, young collectors who discover this coin are struck by the contrast between its age and its familiar Lincoln design, illustrating how some elements of American coinage remain timeless. Many collectors enjoy the idea that the pennies sitting in their albums once traveled through the hands of Americans during a transformative decade marked by rock and roll, space exploration, and rapid cultural evolution. The 1957 also appeals to metal composition enthusiasts because it still carries the classic bronze alloy used for most wheat pennies. Composed of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, the coin offers a warm reddish-brown color that naturally ages into various tones depending on storage and circulation. This composition gives the coin durability and a distinctive charm that many modern copper-plated zinc scents lack. The feel, weight, and appearance of these older bronze cents remind collectors of a time when even the smallest denomination carried a sense of craftsmanship and character. In the broader context of American numismatics, the 1957 Wheat Penny serves as an important historical marker. It symbolizes not only the conclusion of the Wheat series, but also the enduring legacy of Lincoln's portrait, which continues to adorn the 1-cent coin to this day. Its placement near the end of the Wheat era makes it a key piece in any serious Lincoln cent collection, and its widespread availability ensures that collectors of all levels, from beginners to experts, can enjoy owning and studying the coin. Whether kept for its history, its design, or its nostalgic appeal, the 1957 remains a cherished relic of mid-20th century America. Next up today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of the 1946 Lincoln Wheat Penny, specifically the ones without a mint mark, also known as Philadelphia minted pennies. These small, 1-cent coins might seem ordinary at first glance, but for collectors and history buffs, they hold a unique place in the story of American coinage. Whether you are a seasoned numismatist or a casual collector, understanding the history, design, and current value of these coins can make your collection even more exciting. The 1946 Wheat Penny was minted just after the end of World War II, during a period of economic transition and renewed national optimism. Philadelphia, as the largest mint facility at the time, produced the majority of pennies without using a mint mark. The absence of a mint mark indicates that these coins were struck in Philadelphia, as opposed to Denver or San Francisco, which used D and S marks respectively. The Lincoln Wheat Penny itself was first introduced in 1909, to commemorate the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln. Its reverse design, featuring 2 stalks of wheat framing the denomination, became iconic and remained in circulation until 1958. The 1946 edition was part of a long post-war minting run, and millions of these coins entered everyday circulation, making them common but still interesting for collectors. Let's take a closer look at the design. The obverse features Abraham Lincoln's portrait facing right, designed by Victor David Brenner. Above Lincoln is the famous motto, "In God We Trust," while the word liberty is stamped to the left of his profile and the date 1946 is to the right. On the reverse, you'll find the wheat ears encircling the words 1 cent and United States of America. The motto EPLURABUSUNUM sits at the top. Though the design is simple, its elegance and historical significance make it timeless. One detail collectors often check is the strike quality and metal content, as pennies from this era are composed primarily of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. The Philadelphia Mint produced over 1.5 billion 1946 pennies, which makes the coin fairly common in circulated condition. However, high-grade examples in uncirculated or mint state condition are harder to find and much more desirable. Key factors affecting rarity include luster, strike clarity, and any post-mint damage. Collectors often seek coins with sharp detail in Lincoln's hair and beard, as well as well-defined wheat stalks on the reverse. Now let's talk about value. For a 1946 Philadelphia Wheat Penny in average circulated condition, the coin is typically worth around 10 to 25 cents. However, coins in fine or extremely fine condition can command $1 to $3. If you're lucky enough to have an uncirculated 1946 penny, also called MS-60, MS-65, the value can range from $5 to $15, depending on the quality and collector demand. Coins graded by professional services like PCGs or NGC with high grades may sell for even more. Special errors or varieties can increase the value significantly. For instance, coins with die cracks, off-center strikes, or doubled dies are highly collectible and can fetch hundreds of dollars in certain cases. If you're hunting for a 1946 Wheat Penny, here are a few tips. Check circulation. Look for coins in old change jars or rolls. Even worn coins are valuable for completing a collection. Inspect condition. Use magnification to examine the details of Lincoln's profile and the wheat ears. Look for errors. Unique variations can be worth much more than standard coins. Avoid cleaning. Cleaning can drastically reduce value. Collectors prefer original surfaces. The 1946 Wheat Penny without a mint mark is more than just a 1-cent coin. It's a piece of American history. From its post-war context to its timeless design and potential collector value, it's an essential coin for any Lincoln Wheat Penny collection. Whether you're a casual hobbyist or a serious numismatist, understanding the details of this coin can make collecting more enjoyable and rewarding. Remember, even the smallest coin can tell the largest story, so check your change. You might have a piece of history right in your pocket. Next up today, we're diving into the fascinating world of 1945 Wheat Pennies, specifically the ones without a mint mark. These coins, officially known as Lincoln Wheat cents, are a remarkable part of American numismatic history. Whether you're a casual collector or a serious investor, understanding the history, rarity, and current market value of these pennies can help you appreciate them even more. So let's get started. The 1945 Lincoln Wheat Penny is part of the long-running series of 1-cent coins that featured Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner in 1909 to commemorate Lincoln's 100th birthday. The reverse of the coin features the famous wheat ears design, which was used from 1909 to 1958. The 1945 penny was minted at a very special time in American history, right after the end of World War II in Europe. During this period, the United States was transitioning from wartime to peacetime production, which affected coinage production and metal composition. The 1945 no mint mark penny was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which did not use a mint mark at that time. This distinguishes it from coins struck in Denver D or San Francisco S, which do carry mint marks. Philadelphia, being the nation's oldest mint, produced millions of pennies during this year, making the 1945 no mint mark wheat penny common, but still highly collectible due to its historical significance. Let's talk about the coin itself. The 1945 penny is made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, a standard composition for pennies of that era. It weighs approximately 3.11 grams and has a diameter of 19.05 with a smooth edge. On the obverse, you'll see Lincoln's profile facing right, with the words "In God We Trust" along the top rim, Liberty to the left, and the date 1945 to the right. The reverse showcases the two stylized wheat ears with 1 cent and United States of America at the center and EPLURIBUS UNUM at the top. Collectors often examine the strike quality and luster to determine a coin's grade. Many 1945 pennies exhibit light wear due to circulation, but well-preserved examples can still have impressive detail on Lincoln's hair and the wheat ears, which increases their collectible value. The Philadelphia Mint produced around 1.9 billion 1945 pennies without a mint mark, which makes them one of the higher mintage coins in the Lincoln Wheat series. Despite this large production, surviving coins in uncirculated condition are rarer and more valuable than circulated ones. Collectors also look for double die errors or planchet flaws, which occasionally appear in 1945 pennies and can dramatically increase their value. So what is a 1945 no mint mark wheat penny worth today? The value varies depending on the condition, grade, and rarity of the coin. Circulated condition, good to fine, typically worth 15 to 30 cents. These coins show normal wear but retain basic details of Lincoln and the wheat ears. Very fine, VF, coins with minor wear on high points are valued around 50 cents to $1. Extremely fine, EFXF, coins that retain almost all original detail and sharpness can fetch $1 to $3. Uncirculated, MS60, MS63, coins with full luster and no visible wear are usually worth $3 to $15. Higher grade examples like MS65 can be valued at $50 or more. Special coins with errors like off-center strikes, double dies, or die cracks can be worth significantly more, sometimes hundreds of dollars depending on rarity. If you're planning to add a 1945 no mint mark wheat penny to your collection, here are some tips. Check the condition carefully. Coins with minimal wear and strong detail are always more valuable. Look for errors or varieties. Even small die flaws can turn a common coin into a collector's gem. Avoid cleaned coins. Natural patina is preferred, as cleaning can decrease the coin's value. Compare prices online and locally. Marketplaces like eBay, coin shops, and numismatic auctions can help you gauge fair value. The 1945 no mint mark wheat penny may appear ordinary at first glance, but it carries immense historical significance and collectible value. From honoring Abraham Lincoln to representing post-WWII America, this penny is more than just a piece of metal, it's a window into history. Whether you're collecting for investment or passion, a 1945 Philadelphia wheat penny is a classic addition to any coin collection. Next up today, we are diving deep into one of the classic pieces of American numismatic history, the 1950 wheat penny without a mint mark. Known officially as the Lincoln cent, the Wheat Penny series ran from 1909 to 1958, featuring Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the iconic wheat ears on the reverse. The 1950 penny is a staple for collectors and casual coin hunters alike. Whether you are just starting your collection or looking to understand the market value of these coins, this guide will provide everything you need to know. Historical background. The 1950 Lincoln Wheat Penny was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, as indicated by the absence of a mint mark. This was a post-World War II era, during which coin production had returned to normal after wartime restrictions. Philadelphia, being the primary mint, produced large quantities of these coins, making them widely circulated and familiar to anyone who used cash in the early 1950s. The design itself remained consistent with the classic wheat penny look. Abraham Lincoln's profile on the front, designed by Victor David Brenner in 1909, and two stalks of wheat flanking the words 1 cent on the reverse. These coins were made primarily of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, giving them a warm, reddish-brown tone that collectors appreciate today. Mintage and rarity. In 1950, the Philadelphia Mint produced approximately 2,648,000,000 pennies. Due to this enormous mintage, 1950 pennies are considered common in circulated condition. However, their value can increase significantly depending on condition, strike quality, and any rare die variations. Coins in uncirculated condition or with full red luster are especially desirable for collectors. Value of 1950 no mint mark pennies. The value of a 1950 wheat penny without a mint mark depends heavily on its condition or grade. Here's a general guide. Good G4 condition, around 5 cents to 10 cents, typical circulated coin with noticeable wear. Very fine VF20 condition, 20 cents to 50 cents, clear details on Lincoln's face and wheat ears. Extremely fine EF40 condition, 50 cents to $1, minimal wear with all features sharp. Uncirculated MS60 condition, $2 to $5, full details and clean surfaces. Choice uncirculated MS65 condition, $10 to $20 or more, rare and highly sought after by collectors. Some exceptional coins with error strikes, double dies, or unique color variations may fetch significantly higher prices at auctions, sometimes exceeding $100. Collecting tips. If you're looking to collect 1950 wheat pennies, consider the following tips. Examine the coin's color. Coins are classified as red RD, red-brown RB, or brown BN. Red coins are the most desirable. Look for errors. Mint errors such as off-center strikes, doubled dies, or die cracks can drastically increase value. Check for damage. Avoid coins that have scratches, corrosion, or cleaning marks, as these reduce value. Use proper storage. Store your coins in protective holders such as mylar flips or coin capsules to preserve condition and prevent oxidation. Why 1950 pennies are important. The 1950 no mint mark penny is more than just pocket change from the past. It represents a post-war era in American history, the enduring legacy of Abraham Lincoln, and the artistry of early 20th century coin design. Collectors value it not only for its material worth but also for its historical significance, making it a must-have in any wheat penny collection. Conclusion. In summary, the 1950 Philadelphia minted Lincoln Wheat Penny is a fascinating piece of numismatic history. While it is generally common due to its high mintage, condition, and unique variations can greatly influence its value. Whether you are starting your collection or adding a gem to an existing set, this coin remains a symbol of America's rich coinage history. Always inspect coins carefully, store them properly, and stay informed about market trends to get the most out of your collecting journey. Call to action optional for YouTube script. If you found this guide helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more detailed coin history and value guides. And if you have a 1950 wheat penny in your collection, check its condition. It might be worth more than you think.